Alright, so welcome back to the Crown of the Oathbreaker. Things happened last session, didn't they, Jeff?
Yeah, they did.
And that, I think, is a good place to pick it up. So, Bass and Venick went out to the Gorso Inn because there was something happening in the Gorso Manor, rather, that Bass wanted to check out. But before they could check it out, someone decided to stab Venick in the back. And due to some dreadful rolls, it has to be said, Venick passed away. Died in every possible way. And I believe Bass, I think he did a little bit after this, but let's just pick it up from the moment that Venick fell. Bass, what do you do?
I was screaming for the guards.
Well, this would be... Whoops. This would be inside the Noble District, somewhere near the Grosso Manor. And... No, up there, alright. And... So scream for the guards and some royal... I mean, this... The odd thing about this murder is this is usually the safest part of the city. These things just don't happen in the High District. So as soon as you yell for guards, some are very well-equipped royal swords. Not royal guards, but royal swords. Kind of the second in the tier comes. Oh my goodness! What happened? Who is that? What's going on?
It's Shinigami. Now! I don't know what happened. This person came out of nowhere and murdered my friend. Get Shinigami now!
And a couple of them run off and a couple of them start trying to give medical aid to Venick, but it's just not working. Shinigami, on your way back to the Red Cloak headquarters, you get some guards that says, the Shinigami, someone's calling you for names. There's been a murder. I think it's someone you know.
Oy vey, where are they at?
Oh, follow me. And they dash through the royal, across the Grand Exchange, through the gates into the royal palace, into the noble area, and you see, what does he see, Vass?
Well, you see Venick, obviously with slash marks, /stab marks in him. You see the cut in half body of the female human, with her long sword and short sword next to her. And you see Bash just kind of almost in a, not a blank stare, but almost in a what the hell happened basically kind of stare.
What you see?
Who did this? How long has Venick been down?
All I can recall is there was something this lady said about the mothers, and next thing I know, I come to and this was all that happened.
Get her to a temple, for God's sake.
Wait, not her. I don't care about her. Venick's down. Fuck her.
No, Venick. Get Venick to a temple.
Which one?
I'm looking at the map. I'm hovering over everything, trying to find one.
Is the Temple of Life, which is somewhere.
What about the ruins of the Cathedral of the Sun? That's not a church, is it? Number 91.
One second.
Shrine of the Unforgiving? No.
I see Temple of Magic and Temple of Competence, but I'm not seeing Temple of Life.
Temple of Life is number 123.
There's also Aunt Sabrina's Natural Healing Concoctions, but that's probably a potion shop.
Excuse me. I've lost 123. Hang on, I'm gonna put 123 back on. I think it got accidentally deleted somehow.
Yeah, I don't
Like
see
I got 120 through 124, but I know 123.
Oh, there's 123, but 123 should be over there.
Ah,
There we go. So, yeah, you got. Remember, you have visited the Temple of Life before. There was a friendly dwarven gentleman there called Ottmir Onomail, and if you remember, you cracked the code of the uh, people who went to the Temple of Life, eating a certain substance and turning into pigs, and you cracked that case, and you recall that Ottmir's Onomail's doesn't turn away everybody. You come with no coppers in your purse, you get a meal. And if you're sick, they'll heal you to the best of your ability. So you at least got a relationship with Ottmir Onomal, but the choice is yours. Where would you like to take him?
I'll take him to the Temple of Life.
Take him to the Temple of Life, see what you can do. I'll investigate here.
My head kind of throbbing. Be careful. I was trying to get into Gorso Manor, one of my grandfather's homes here, and that's when we got attacked. I don't know if it has to do with Gorso Manor or if it has to do with Vanek himself. But watch out for something called, I think it was the Mothers. And then
I've met many mothers. I've been with many mothers.
I'll pick up Vanek with the best my -1 strength will allow me to, and drag him to the Temple of Light.
Okay, you drag him. I'm going to say a guard is nice enough to grab one end of Vinnick, and you dash as quickly as you can to the Temple of Life. We'll get there in a second. Shinigami, what are you doing?
Well, I'm starting to survey the scene and see if I can piece together what happened and who this half body is.
Well, first of all, make an investigation check as you check out the crime scene.
Yeah, considering I'm a cop, maybe I should have dumped something more into investigation, but here we go.
If it helps, Bass would have told you the battle took place at the front door of Ghostwar Manor and then in the yard.
No real clues strike out at you. The only thing that comes out to you is when you search the body, you find this symbol tattooed on her hand. You think it's some type of marking for some type of group. But that's all you find is this strange symbol tattooed on this person's hand.
Scarily, that kind of looks like the tramp stamp my ex-wife had.
I am not going to touch that one.
All right, so I'll gather up her belongings. You said there were 2 guards that originally came. Is there still one with us?
Yeah. This is Shinigami, right? What do you make of this?
I'm not sure. Take this body to the hall. I'll be there as soon as I'm done investigating here. Let them know where I'm at and what I'm doing.
Okay. He calls over another royal sword, and they take half each, and take the body to the halls of the lawgiver, number 60 on the map. There's a lot of blood here. That's much is obvious. You're not sure how much is the Vinix and how much is the ladies, but as far as you know, they're both dead. So, huh?
All right, I'll start knocking on the door to see if anybody's in the villa because he didn't say if anybody was there or not. So
You knock on the door of the villa. No answer.
I'll check to see if the door is locked or not. I'll just kind of jiggle the handle.
The door is unlocked. It moves a little bit. It's a door that's swing inward though, and when you try and put your shoulder on it for it to swing inward, it doesn't move. So you assume there's something blocking it on the other side.
I'll try and force my way through it. I got a little bit of strength.
Okay, make me an athletics check.
All right, let's get these low rolls out of the way now.
You throw your back into it, and you almost throw your shoulder in, and you almost pop a shoulder coming out of it. Doesn't budge. Budges a little bit. You think maybe someone perhaps a bit stronger could do it, but it's beyond you at the moment to force your way in.
All right, I will try and summon some more guards.
Yep.
I'll just walk around the block and holler out for some guards to come to my aid.
Yep, easy enough. A couple of royal guards join you. A bit bigger than you for some reason, but yeah. Shinigami, what's going on?
There was an attack and a couple murders here, and I need to get into this villa. I need your help opening this door.
All right. Maybe we'll all throw our shoulders in it together. What do you think?
Let's just try and kick it, save our shoulders.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, kick! Throw it at advantage. Oh, look at that. 7. One more time. Hurrah! Come on, we can do this. All together. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. They start huffing and puffing. Man, whatever it is behind that door, it's not moving.
We suck. All right, well, I need you to go to Toriel, are you in the Bastion of the Knights, or are you at the Royal Court?
She's at the Royal Court. She has an audience
Yes.
with the Queen.
Yep.
Which is kind of happening at the same time that this is happening.
Okay.
Jayla's right up the street within her villa.
Yeah, I'll send one guard to go get Toriel and one guard to get Gala.
Okay, so a guard knocks on the door of the Ronald Manor and says, Gala, there's been a terrible accident. Shinigami requires your presence.
Oh, of course. And she'll stop whatever she's doing, and then she'll head out.
The second guard comes back and says, sorry, Toriel's in an audience with the king and the queen, and they are not to be disturbed.
Just leave a message when they're done to head this way.
Of course.
And then come back.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a while.
All right, well, I'll just kind of keep looking around the yard until the rest of them arrive.
Okay, Gala, why don't you make an investigation check around the Gorso Manor?
Where's Randall? I don't see Randall anywhere.
He was in the shanties visiting his family. He's all the way to the south. And we'll return to Randall in due course. How many parts have we split the party up into? Several. Good.
Dragon!
I don't see anything out of the normal. This place has been derelict for years. I remember seeing it like this for forever. I don't see anything out of place with my role.
Well, apparently Venick and Bass were trying to get in here and they were attacked, so there must be something going on here, but we can't get the door open.
Let me see. And I'll see if I can do it. We've got to get a good roll eventually. Oof. Yeah, that stuck pretty tough.
It's not meant to be, apparently.
Rad.
My grandfather's
only
curse
if you-
remains intact.
If only if you knew somebody that had advantage on these type of checks.
Well, I sent the guards to go get the others, so let's wait here until we get some help from the others.
You said Venick? Is Venick okay?
They Bass rushed Vinnick to the temple to see if he can join the land of the living again. But no, Vinnick's not with us right now.
That is terrible. And I'm guessing you'll tell me basically what Bass told you, and then we're just waiting, I guess?
Yeah, I'm starting not to trust Bass. He seems to be of a split mind. We got to keep an eye on that one.
Yes, my squire and I were discussing him at length earlier. He's concerned too, and I don't know. There was the possession in that whatever it was called. It was the Alley of Menace. Maybe something like that might be happening, and maybe he's not quite himself.
Could be. We'll have to worry about that later.
As you continue to not knock in the door, we're going to switch our attention to Toriel and her good friend from the Arcane Tower.
Mistletoe.
Mistle, yes. Let's get Mistle on the map too. So, as you're kind of summoned into the royal palace and put into a waiting room until the king and queen are ready for you, Mistle says, "Oh, Toriel, what do you think this is all about?"
I don't know, Mistle. It must be of grave importance, and we are charged with defending the kingdom, so maybe something about that?
Well, could be. I not to put too fine a point on it, but we're days out of the academy. We're as green as they come.
That is a very good point. So why they're coming to us is concerning. Like, aren't there more senior wizards that could help?
Well, there's the royal archmage. I can't remember what his name is, but there's always a royal archmage. There's a royal architect. There's a head of the royal guard, like, what's his name? Lord Signmonder, who's friendly with Gala. I mean, I don't know if you've heard the legends of Lord Signmonder, but they are long and they are incredible. If he can't handle it, then shit, who are we?
Well, maybe it's something else. Maybe we're getting worked up for no reason. But yeah, it's hard not to speculate.
Well, I guess we're waiting on the king's times now. I mean, what else can we do?
You're right. We're here until they tell us what's going on, I guess.
As you wait, 10, 20 minutes go by, and one of the royal butlers says, Toriel and Mistle, the king and queen will see you now. Please follow me.
Toriel's definitely nervous. Oh my gosh! It's like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I mean, bow, yeah. Oh, this is really nerve-wracking.
You should bow and say nothing until spoken to. The first word of the conversation will not come from your lips. Am I clear?
That is very helpful. Thank you.
And the head butler, you assume he's a head butler, he leads you through some hallways into a royal throne room, in fact. And there you see King Waldron Azanar. Some of you have, I think, met him before. In fact, Gala did. And someone who you haven't met before, Queen Lyrencia. Now, just to give you guys a reminder of the history. There were these guys to start with. This was the original royal family. King Waldron Azanar, Queen Elisa, and Prince Krasnar. Both the prince and the queen are dead. And he remarried Queen Lyrencia and had everybody's favorite princess. This look.
It was three children. Is that right? Or am I thinking
No, there's only ever been like the prince died in this picture. The queen died in the royal portrait thing. They're gone. And the king remarried Queen Laurencia, and they had one child, and the one child was Princess Athena. So just one child. Okay, so you enter the throne room. The king and the queen are sitting on their respective thrones. What do you do?
I will bow.
Mr. bows as well, and she holds her head down, and a minute goes by. 2 minutes, your back starting to gauge. And eventually the queen says, "Arise, Mistel and Toriel, I believe."
I rise and nod at her.
That's the king talking. But speaking of the queen, the queen locks eyes with you. She doesn't break her gaze. She just stares. It's a little unsettling. You know, the laws of the monarchy, they can kill anybody they like at any time without reason, without repercussion. And they can make laws, and the laws they make are laws. So very, very powerful. She could have you dead with a flick of the wrist, and suitable burly men would chop your head off. So it makes you feel uncomfortable that she's just locking her eyes on you and not saying anything. King Waldron is doing the talking.
Bless you.
He says,
Bless you, King.
I'm sorry, a bit too much caviar. Toriel, Mistel, I believe you are graduates from the Arcane Tower. Tell me about that experience.
Yes, my lord. Yes, we.
No. You will address me as your majesty, and that's about it. I am no lord. I am the king.
Yes, my majesty. I'm sorry. I'm not. This is my first time addressing your grace.
Stop apologizing and answer my question. Tell me about your experience in the Arcane Tower.
Yes, it was very vigorous. 12 years in all. Under, I would believe Toriel would remember his name, but Eric does not remember. It's in my notes, but she will mention the leader of the tower. He said it is very. Thank you. Master Zaphos is very direct, but but his teachings were very good, and we learned very much over the years from him. My experience was a positive one, and I would highly recommend this path for any aspiring wizard to help defend the kingdom.
The defense of the kingdom is what I want to talk to both of you about. I know Master Zaphos made you swear an oath. Can you explain that oath back to me, please?
Yes, of course. Again, Eric did not write that down, but she probably has it ingrained in her mind, and she will repeat the oath to the king.
You swear to... Well, I'll tell you what. You swear to protect the royal family. you swear to protect the monarchy itself, like the institute of the monarchy, and you swear to protect the kingdom. So it's kind of three things: the immediate royal family, the monarchy itself, like if someone is rightfully the king or queen, even if you don't like them. Like, I don't know how many fans of Prince Charles there are, but he's King Charles, and it's too bad. That's how monarchies work. So it's to defend the royal family, the institution of the monarchy, and the kingdom of Aglarion. So we'll just say Venick, not Venick,
Toriel?
Toriel. You repeat that back to him, and he says, "Yes, fine and good. Now, let's talk hypotheticals. I wouldn't be a king if I didn't know my defenders. If I were to right now lob off the head of your friend Mistel, what would you do?"
It is your right as king to do such a thing. I would do nothing.
Let's say I had a bastard son who was rightful heir to the throne, and this bastard son was raised in poverty, doesn't know how to run the kingdom, bankrupts the kingdom, starts wars we cannot win. What would you do?
I would do whatever is commanded of me, Your Majesty.
So you think following the king, even if the king is not good for the kingdom, you would... Well, there's a question. The monarch is bad for the kingdom, and you'll swear to defend the monarch and the kingdom. How would you resolve this dilemma?
Out of character question first.
Yep.
In the oath, it is in the order of royal family, monarchy, and then kingdom. I'm assuming, not the other way around.
Yes, that would have been how it's phrased. Yep.
Yes. And let's see here. I don't know. Maybe Toriel wouldn't know this, but it's a bastard son, but he would still be a member of the royal family.
Yeah, the implication that the king dies and he's next in line. He didn't expect to be next in line, but he comes and he ruins the kingdom.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing. So, what is it? The king
Based on the
or the
oath?
kingdom?
Based on the oath that I swore, it would be royal family first, Your Majesty.
Make a deception or a persuasion check. Toriel, your choice.
What is it? What is that? I think because it's a hypothetical, I think it's not deception. So
Okay.
it's a hypothetical. But equally terrible.
Okay, so just the king raises his eyebrow. The Queen Laurencia continues to just stare at you, almost shooting daggers with her eyes. And maybe it's making you uncomfortable, which is why you're not being very persuasive. And Mistel says, Your Majesty, I would without hesitation support the king, support the queen, and whatever their duties are. They're monarchs. I believe it is a God-given position, and if the gods favour it, then I favour it, so I'll side with the king and the queen regardless. And the king says, Very good, Mistel. Both of you bow before me. Heads to the ground.
I do.
As you do, you feel the king's sword pressed right in the back of your neck. I need to hear you swear the oath again, Toriel.
I will repeat the oath.
Okay. King, the institution, the land. And the king says, very good. And Mistle does it as well. Right, you may arise. So, I'm glad we've got that clear. The order of priorities must be adhered to. I have some much of a more mundane task for you, Toriel. Your family is having problems at the boarding school. The nobles are complaining. They don't want your family. You need to resolve that situation. Either move out or convince the other families that your parents are the best to continue the institution.
Yes, Your Majesty, I will do this at once.
You may go.
I will bow and depart.
As you depart, there's a guard there, and the guard says, "Oh, Shinigami requests your presence immediately. There's been a terrible accident. Please, follow me."
Okay, we're going with you.
All gathered outside the Gorso Manor now.
Oh, boy.
Ayla? Shinigami?
Oh, all right. Turiel, something terrible has happened to our friend Vinnick. He was attacked along with Bass. They've gone to the Temple of Light. I fear the worst for Vinnick.
My God, that's not good. What do we know who did this?
Shimigami was investigating. Ask Shimigami, what do you see?
Not totally sure. There were two halves of a body. It had a weird symbol. And I'll just take my sword and draw it in the ground. Has anybody seen this symbol before? Has anybody heard of it?
I remember that being on a noble tramp. She had it on the small of her back, I think. And she got burned at the stake.
As should have happened, but I don't think she was very noble.
Make a history check if you think you might. I think Gala would definitely might have a shot at this. Yeah, it's part of the
I'm
nobility.
also proficient in history too, so that works.
Oh, okay.
I believe there would be some historical studies in the tower,
Sure.
right?
Yep, Toriel, make a history as well. 13 and 16 doesn't ring a bell. You agree with what Shinigami meant. It's some symbol of some organization. Like, you suspect all members of this organization would have that tattoo somewhere on their person. That's all you know. At the moment, it remains unknown.
All right, well, we'll figure this out. The body and the symbols being taken back to the hall of the lawgiver. In the meantime, they were trying to get into the Gorso Villa here, but apparently we're all tucking our wieners and we can't seem to get this door open.
I could try to guidance you to boost your strength.
All right, well, on a scale of 1 to 20, is anybody stronger than a 15?
14, and I think I have the same modifier plus athletics plus 4, so I think we're both plus 4s. So I'll assist you, Shimigami.
All right, well, as many as we can fit. Let's just.
Well, that gives you advantage. So.
All right, let's just give this a shot. Maybe I should just intimidate the door.
Still
Well, I don't know what you roll. D4. Get a 4. Maybe that'll help. It's not meant to be. Let's get all these bad rolls out.
You know what? I'm just gonna start whacking on this door with my.
may I try something, Shinigami?
All right, but if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna start hacking at this damn door.
Grandfather will be so mad.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and tuck it under the door and see if I can release a lock or if something's barring it. I think it's 10 pounds. I'll see if I can kind of fumble around back there. 10 pounds.
Sorry, just a second. So, I'm assuming that a mage hand can feel, like, sense things. Otherwise, it'd be very hard to, like, turn door handles without any sensory feedback. Your hand tucks under the door, your mage hand, and it comes across a very, very thick layer of ice. And you figure that's why this door is so damn hard to open.
Nice.
And judging by the temperature on the outside, it doesn't make sense.
I would say so. I will relay that message. Like we could maybe try to melt it, but I don't want to burn down your best's home. Hmm.
Just off topic too. I mean, this is like a noble house. Are we? I mean, as players, I mean, we're in a noble area, trying to break into a noble house in disrepair. Is that kind of? I mean, Shimigami is a red cloak, but I mean, I don't know if that's a thing. If all of us would be like, yeah, let's just bust into a noble's house. You know what I mean, Tori? I mean, Eric. I mean, just as people living that world.
I think he's working under my direction, and I'm investigating. And there's very little that interferes with the red cloaks.
Okay. All right, I just want to make sure as players, where our characters aren't doing things that are like break into the noble house, no problem.
Just a bit of history of the Red Cloaks, just to put it in perspective. There's about 50 Red Cloaks in the city, of which Shinigami is one. If you remember in the first session, Shinigami solved a crime and he dealt out the punishment. So they're very much a combination of the policeman and the court system itself. They can pass verdicts just like that. So, yeah, Judge Dredd is a good example.
All right.
Well, I could try something. I could have my mage hand. Was it is there a gap enough at the bottom of the door per se to drag a torch in?
No, nope.
No. Okay. All right.
Are there
Yes,
windows?
there are
we can
windows.
see?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go to a window and look in the window and go, "Hey, Shimigami," and start pointing at the window to look inside the window to see what we see.
The window too is iced up.
I go, "This might be a better entry point, Shimigami."
Is Elsa living in Gorso Manor or what?
That's Queen Alyssa. She's dead.
Is there a back door or a side door?
Yeah. Yep, back door. Yep, a servant's entrance, shall we say?
Should we try that?
Might as well, but it's probably going to be iced over too.
It could
hurt to look.
All right.
Okay, let's see that athletics check again. Shinigami, as some of the royal guards throw their back into it too. So athletics at advantage. Finally!
All right.
Finally, so you throw your back into the servant's entrance, you hear a loud cracking noising, and you give the door a quick shake, and the ice shatters off it, and you can enter now if you like.
And I'll announce loudly, "I'm Shinigami of the Red Cloaks. I'm here to investigate. If you're in here, announce yourself."
No response.
Who is all with us? Shinigami, Gala, Toriel, anybody else here?
2 royal guards.
And your companion.
And Miss Mistel's here.
Oh, and my squire's with me. He goes everywhere I go.
There we go. There's
You
Orange.
guards stay here and make sure nobody else comes in behind us.
Right, protect the crime scene. Got it.
And I will stroll in.
Make me a Constitution saving throw, please, Shinigami. As you walk in and push through this ice, there's some nasty mold on the thing, and it's just been disturbed. And you walk in and take a big gulp of it, and this mold goes through your breathing tube, shall we say? I wonder if that'll work. And
Is
you
it?
take 24 points of cold damage.
It's not poison?
Nope, cold.
Oh, shit, that takes me down to 1 hit point.
You
Oh my
technically don't
gosh.
need to breathe though, because you're Warforged.
Oh, that's true. I don't breathe.
You don't need to breathe, but it gets on your skin, it gets in your eyes, it gets in your nose, it gets in your ears, and you take the 24 points of cold damage. If it was strictly a
I
breathing
tried for
thing,
you,
I'd say
Jimmy.
no.
I tried.
I'm gonna use my telekinetic ability to pull Shinigami back out towards the entrance. If so, you can choose to fail if you like, Shinigami.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and stumble back out the door, and I'll let that happen.
Look at this brown mold that you entered your body via one of your orifices, shall we say, dissipate. You think it would be safe to enter. But yeah, you think it would be safe to enter again as this brown mist kind of dissipates.
Well, I'll lay on hand. I'll touch your parts, your robot parts, and lay on hands for you to give you some healing. I know you can do it yourself as well, but I'll heal you 14 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself 14 as well. Thank you. Or 13. So you give me 14.
You only need 10, then, right? As you were already wounded.
Yeah, I need 10. So
Does the ice look like it was like newly formed, or has it been here for a while?
As you enter into the manor, make me an investigation check. If you do indeed enter it.
I will. I'm gonna guidance myself too, if I may, as I'm trying to look around. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. All right, so 7. So I guess Shinigami got the same thing.
Okay, getting your investigation eyes on you. In your opinion, with the amount of decay on the furniture and the walls and so on of the ice, it hasn't actually been here that long. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks.
all right, I want to look around and see if I can see what the source of this ice was or is.
So you're entering into the villa?
Yep, I'm going back in.
Okay, I'm going to take you across to a different map then. We have Toriel, we have Galena, we have Mistil, we have Shinigami, and we have Orin. So what? I'll put Bass in there. Bass you can watch from a corner just so you're not staring at a blank screen. As can Vinnick, just so you can see what's going on.
I will ask Shinigami, should we get our new acquaintances? They've helped us in fights before, just in case there's something dangerous here.
Who? Bass is busy.
Mm.
Mount and Randall, so he can see too.
What about Randall?
Well, I can send one of the guards, but he's way across town. It'll take him a while to get to us. But
Guard goes
Can
in
you-
exceptionally quickly and grabs Randall. And Randall, you come huffing and puffing. And join up with your
Wow.
companions.
That was very quick. Excellent.
Good. Oh, no, for advance notice, please.
Well, thank you for coming so quickly. I feel more comfortable now that we're all together. Something's amiss in this house or this manor.
Venick and Bass were here earlier. There was a fight as they were trying to enter, and Venick was mortally wounded. Bass has taken him to the Temple of Life to try and bring her back. In the meantime, we need to find out what it was that they were looking for, or if something untoward is here, and maybe what the source of this blasted ice is.
Watch your step, Venick. As Shinigami entered, some weird cold mold nearly took him down as well. So watch where you go.
There is mold all along the exterior walls here. Like Shinigami triggered it where the ghost of Venick is. But there's still more mold all around here. Like you wouldn't be able to safely get through this door, for example, without doing something to the mold.
I wonder if we step outside, I might be able to use the mage hand to just trigger it and then let it dissipate. Maybe worth a shot.
That, or maybe a torch can burn it.
You know what? I like that idea. My mage hand can carry a torch. They're only like a pound.
Let's try that. Take a torch and just kind of scrape it along all of the walls and see what happens.
I like it.
Hopefully we won't burn the place down.
Yeah. We'll be careful of that. I won't get too close. Just enough to maybe destroy the mold or trigger it. So I think we'll step out, and maybe I can look through the window. Well, okay. I'll tell you what. Let me start by melting enough so I can see through the window, and then I can use the window to guide my mage hand to either burn up or just disrupt the mold.
So I assume you'll leave the villa? Well, Toriel, okay, so the mage hand appears, and you carry the torch on, touch it to the brown mold, and the brown mold explodes in a massive amount of spores, and then it settles back to its original form. Seems it likes fire.
Damn it.
And if you had done that in the room, everybody would be making con saves, so didn't actually destroy the mold.
Well, that was a bad idea. I should have paid more attention to my studies on mold. Okay, so I'll put the torch out, and then I'll try it again with the mage hand. This time, just disrupting, like just kind of rubbing it on the wall and see if it actually dissipates instead of grows stronger.
It sticks to the wall quite stubbornly, and it doesn't react to your mage hand at all.
Would I know anything dealing with being a healer in this case and working with the apothecary?
Sure. Make a nature
What
check.
kind of mold this might be, or like how to counterbalance it?
Sure.
Can I'm also proficient in nature. Can I help him and give guidance?
Sure. So Randall, nature at advantage, plus a d4. Ah, wow, there we go. You've heard of this thing from your studies at the apothecary, and also from, there's a bit of this stuff growing in the shanties as well, and it's quite nasty. And it's called brown mold, and you all of a sudden remember that you definitely shouldn't put fire to it because it just makes it worse. And even though you saw Shinigami coughing out cold, it did cold damage to him, you feel if you apply some type of coldness to it, it would destroy the brown mold.
Oh,
So it's a bit quite counterintuitive. But that's what a natural 20 gets you. Plus a d4.
As
so-
strange as it may sound, you must usually, as what my mother would say, fight fire with fire, except this one requires cold with cold.
well, I do have a ray of frosts. I could try that.
That does cold damage.
Let me double check. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure that.
Ray of
It
Frost
does.
does.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Yeah, there we go. 4 cold.
I'm gonna try to do it like from the outside and just kind of, and then run back outside.
You hit some brown mold with a ray of frost and it just instantly dies. Falls to the
Okay.
ground harmless.
Yeah.
I will continue to do that until it appears that it's all gone.
Okay, so you clear out this room, almost going around like flamethrower style with your ray of frost. And the brown mold freezes and falls off and dies.
Well done. Let's keep an eye out for that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's hopefully that's not throughout the house. That'll take some time.
All right. So, where did we come in, Malcolm? From where Venick is?
We're Vinicers, yep.
Okay. So the only other door then is this one.
Mhm. You listen, don't hear anything. In your opinion, there's nothing moving on the other side.
All right. I'll stand back. I'm gonna open the door.
Should be able to open the door yourself, Shinigami, by clicking on the door.
I like Gala just like immediately. Woot! I'm gonna back up. I don't blame you. I'm over here.
You see a room.
I put
which-
Orin outside.
Okay. Hey, you see a room. There's lots of brown mold in here as well. And lots and lots of ice too. Like these windows are iced up. There's ice all over the floor, the walls.
Dario, can you pew pew again?
Yeah.
Mold all over the place.
I'll get busy. I'll try to clear the room.
Okay.
Or at
Feel
least
free to go and
half.
clear a room. So
Okay. Just kind of. I'll stand back at first to kind of get the area that's closest to the door, and then move up when I feel like it's a safe distance and continue to do the rest of the room.
yeah, well, show me how you do the rest of the room.
Oh, well, I'll do it from the doorway because I don't. So I'm just gonna do one square at a time,
Okay.
if I can, just like kind of boop boop like this, and just do a pattern for the areas that I can
Good.
see.
Yeah, the bench is done as well.
Just keep on going.
No, you can stop there.
Okay, all right. I'll get rid of that.
So you're right there doing these ones below you. I'll get rid of these X's. Oh no, we'll leave the X's there. They're clear, free of mold. And we'll say the one you're on as well.
I was gonna do it from the doorway if I could, but hey, sorry.
That's the wrong thing I copied. Well, what's the range on
It's
I think
60
it's
feet.
60 feet. Yeah.
So you go and clear all the mold from the room. Sorry, I thought you were moving around. Please don't meta what I just said.
No. Nope. Okay.
What'd you say?
Well, the room looks clear of the mold now. But I'm gonna let my I wouldn't let someone else go in. I'm just a wizard.
I'll go in and start looking at the tables and stuff. Start and do my investigation.
The mold is gone, but there's lots of this ice all over the place. you wish to investigate and look around the room, feel free to investigate and look around the room.
Can I assist Shinigami so he rolls at advantage?
Sure. Looks like he's going to need it. Okay, we'll call that a 16. So you and Randall wandering around the room, checking things out. Mistel's going to kind of get close to Toriel. And what are you doing, Gayla?
Kayla's going to walk in. Orion's going to stay in the other room just to... I can't go in. The door locked on me. There it goes.
I think you clicked on it.
I'll just go right there and walk around.
Coming from the ice, completely indistinguishable from it, 3 creatures appear. 2 of them next to Randall, 2 of them next to Shinigami, and they come out of seemingly nowhere and just... And the first thing they do is they're just going to... they're going to just scream in your face and say, "Get out! Get out! You do not belong here!" And they both take claw attacks at advantage at Shinigami, rolling a 19 and a 14 Shinigami.
19 hits.
So take 5 slashing and 3 cold for a total of 8 points of damage. And same thing with you, Randall. They attack you with their claws at advantage as they appear from it, and they roll a 14, Randall, which misses. And they just say, "Get out! Get out! You do not belong in the cold!" And can we all please, those who are there anyway,
Roll for initiative.
Mine was there and then it disappeared.
That happened to somebody yesterday.
what did you roll, Shinigami?
18.
Okay. There's Aaron, there's Mistel. Okay, so as these ice creatures come and just claw with these ghostly cold hands, Shinigami, you're first to react as you're getting slashed by these 2 creatures.
All right. Bonus action. I will cast Shield of Faith. Myself.
Okay, cool.
So plus 2
Ghostly.
AC for me.
Yeah.
And then I will go ahead and whack at the one right in front of me.
Hey.
Jesus.
Longsword just swings wide as these things are quick.
You're missing one of them in the initiative, Malcolm. You only have 2.
I think it was this one. No. Let's just roll all again, or just give them all new initiatives. There we go. Okay.
Then I'll move to the side just in case anybody wants a clear shot.
Okay. So swinging wildly. Just a sec. Oh, this one. Oh no, this one here. The door clicks open, and you see a 4th one of these creatures on the other side of the door. And instead of clawing, it takes a huge deep breath. And I'm going to say 1 to 2, Randall. And it breathes out this frosty breath in such a way that it hits both Gayla and Randall. So Gayla and Randall, can you please make me dexterity saving throws, please? Randall, oh, you both walk straight into it, and you both take, terrible, 2 points of cold damage. So not the worst thing possible. So that's its turn. And now it's this one's going to do the same thing. It's going to breathe this icy blast, and it's going to get Randall, Gayla, and Toriel as well. as this frosty breath comes out.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
all of you to also make another dexterity
So
saving throw.
fast.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so Toriel,
This
you
is not
dodged
our
the
day.
you dodge it for the most part, so you can take half of that. So Toriel take 3 points of cold, Gala and Randall 6 points of gold. And Toriel, as you get a cold blast to the face, what do you do?
Question: can I interact with the door and just close it on this one?
It's a free action, in fact. So there you go. Close the door on it.
Is there a lock?
No, I don't think it makes sense for a lock between the kitchen and the dining room. So no.
Does it open into this room or into the other room? The door, does it swing?
Opens into the other room. That also makes sense to me.
Oh, okay, so I couldn't block the door. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, since it can't see me, I'm gonna kind of. Well, actually, before I move, I will. Has anyone hit any of these creatures? Have I seen that?
Nope.
No,
No,
no one
he
has
saw
hit.
Shinigami try, but he missed.
Okay. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna cast a firebolt. Since Shinigami's got 2 of them on him, I'm gonna cast a firebolt to this one to the
Sure.
right of Shinigami.
Sure.
Ooh, that's probably a miss.
11 hits.
It does. Sweet. Okay, fire damage 10. That's a good hit for that's max damage.
Even better.
Yes, I got him. No.
You do
Okay.
20 points of damage.
Oh,
Really doesn't like the fire.
use fire, everybody. Okay, and then I'm going to move one, spread out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'll just move here. And
Of course, Bass
bonus-
isn't really there.
oh, gotcha. Okay. Actually, in that case, I'm going to move.
Let's move you up here, Bass.
Yeah, I'll move in the corner, and I'm just gonna try to shove this one with my bonus action. So DC 13.
15. It makes it strength saving throw, I believe.
All right. And that will be my turn.
That's pretty good with a -2. Iron says, Gala, do you need me in there? Fought by your side before. What do you want me to do?
Pass me my shield, because he's holding her shield. She's not wearing armor because she was at home. So he will throw it. I'm asking for my shield. He's just not going to fight. I'm not going to ask him to
It
fight.
gives you your shield, and he ducks around the corner. So you have your shield now. That'll be
Takes
his
the
action.
dodge action.
Okay, takes a dodge action. Out the back there, keeping safe. The door reopens as another ice method appears just underneath the other one. And I'm going to say Gala and Mistle make dexterity saving throws. Do you want me to do that, Eric?
Yeah. If I mean, I have it open. Either way.
You do it then. You do it.
Okay. Dex save coming up. That's a straight roll.
That's a failed Gala, but Toriel, Mistle dodges it. So, Gala take 5, Mistle take 2.
Okay.
The ice method then ducks around the corner a little bit, keeping out of sight. Randall! What do you do?
Randall's looking around like, where are these things coming from? All over the place. As he gets somewhat frustrated, it's like, oh, if I was only strong enough, and I will draw a giant smite. However, if I don't have room, I still gain the benefits, but you'll see him bulk up. Like you can almost see like the armor kind of pulsate out.
Nice.
So I'll still remain the same size.
Sure.
Because we can cramp if I do get big.
Sure. Oh,
and
let's say you can get big like this if you like.
okay, I didn't know if I could get that big.
Well, what are you doing? What is it mechanically?
It makes me large. It turns me into a large creature. So
this is a large creature.
okay. long as there's room, I just didn't know if I could stand like on. I thought there was like a bench or a table in there, and I didn't want to like stand on the table.
Oh, you kick the table over as you enlarge.
It's a
So you're
mansion.
good.
It should have like 15-foot tall ceilings.
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right. So I will get big over there. I will see one that was heavily burned at that point in time, and I will take my sword and I will slash it.
Okay. It shatters into a million pieces, just explodes. And it explodes so much that I'm going to need Shinigami and Randall to make me dexterity saving throws.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
So Shinigami, you're good. So as it explodes out, ice shards go everywhere. And whoa, my D8 macro isn't working.
1d48. What dice is that?
Whoa.
You both take 4 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
And let me fix my D8 one. 1D. Better? Oh, I'll have to fix that later. Okay, so it explodes and you both take shards to the face. Shinigami, you maintain your shield of faith, as this ice method is just going to write one claw straight across your chest, hitting with a 21 for 2 slashing and 3 cold. Another Constitution saving throw, please, Shinigami. Okay, maintain concentration. Mistle says, fire! Fire, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, she's going to use fire. Mistle, she just saw the explosion, so she's a little nervous about getting too close for burning hands. So she's just going to use her firebolt instead. And she's going to do the one in the doorway.
Sure.
See
Feel free to roll for her.
See if that worked.
11 hits.
Oh, okay.
Whoosh. And it explodes onto the creature and takes 16 points of fire damage. Not enough to destroy it, but it didn't like that at all.
All right. And Mistle is actually going to go out the door. I don't have vision. I don't have vision on her, but she's going to go around the corner, like right there.
Should have vision with her now.
Oh yeah. Yep. And she is. Yeah. She's gonna.
Get the hell out the way.
Yeah.
Okay, this ice method's not going to get a turn because it exploded, but Gaelic can have a turn.
Let me see here. This is not best. Trying to find something on my shield. Okay. All right. So I'm going to cast Bless on
Nice.
Randall, Shimigami, and Turiel. And since I'm not engaged with anything, I'm going to walk out right now so I don't get hit until my next turn when I come back in, I guess.
Okay, cool. Everybody be blessed. Hashtag bless. Okay.
So that also affects me as well. Because I get 4 or 3.
4 or 3 what? Sorry. You get some
I mean,
temporary hit.
it's 3 creatures, so I'll just bless the 3 people in the room, not myself.
Okay, cool. Okay, yes. So concentrating on that, dashing out of the room. The ice method is going to swing into the room like this. It's going to see the big, huge Randall, and the Toriel hiding in the corner says, "Told you, get out! Get out! Get out! You do not belong with us in the cold." And it goes to claw you. Oh, rolling at 6. You dodge it easily, Toriel. Shinigami.
All right. Well, we'll just have to take a slash at this guy.
Oh,
Jesus.
swing and a miss. No good. Oh, you got Bless. If you haven't worked it out, their AC is 4. So if you roll a 4 on a d4, you'll hit, but you don't. Even with the blessing, just.
Putting on my
whoosh.
dice in dice prison.
Okay. Level 3, I think that's all you can do.
Yep.
So the ice method is going to swing around you, Randall. Swing around to the other side, keeping within your range. Then it's going to claw Shinigami because he looks very injured and he wants to finish off. Get down to the code. You do not belong here. And he rolls a 15. I think your shield of faith block that. So
And
that'll
a 19 with Shield of Faith.
19. So definitely a miss. Toriel, you've got a one of these ice creatures right in your face. What do you do?
All right. I'm gonna tactically move around it to here, not leaving it space. And then I'm gonna try to bonus action and push it up against the wall.
Okay.
I think it's Dex, but or it might be it's Strength. Sorry, it's a DC 13 Strength.
Well, it rolls a natural 0 and push back into the wall.
Ah, very nice. And then I'm going to back up further and cast Firebolt on it.
Sure.
I'm going to get you!
And it explodes into a million shards, but it's too far away. And Randall, nobody takes any damage. It explodes by itself.
Very nice. I'm going to finish my movement over here and close this door again. Well, let's see. I moved 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna close the door and then pop back over here.
Okay. Oren with his back firmly placed against the wall. Gala, what do I do? Hold the line? Dodge!
Stay here. Stay here. Dodge.
Okay, so he brings out his... what is he wielding? He brings out his short sword and just kind of gets ready for any type of attacks, taking a defensive
If he comes
stance.
near, he'll attack, but he won't engage.
Okay. Boop. Door gets opened again. You hear claws clacking.
Damn those things. Who taught them how to open doors?
And they swing between Randall and Toriel. On a 4, it attacks Randall. Toriel. So it goes claws. Crash. Rolling a 17, Toriel?
I'm going to shield that.
Arcane shield blocks it. Beautiful. Okay. Randall, surrounded. What do you do?
I'm trying to get it off of Shinigami over there. As I will try to drive in my longsword right into its back.
Okay.
Is
it.
Okay. And whoosh.
You do drive your longsword into its back.
All right, and that is 11 plus a D6. If I remember correct. Yes, D6.
All right. With your larger size, you drive it in and it
Oh boy.
lets out a scream. It looks damaged, but you definitely got his attention, Randall.
Okay, goody. I'm going to also, with a bonus action.
Second win as you heal yourself up. Nice. Okay. The ice method to the north of you, Shinigami. Roll a d6 for me, Shinigami.
Uh-oh.
4 is not good enough for it to regain its frost breath. So it's just going to claw at you. Whoosh, and rolling a dirty 20. And I believe your shield of faith will protect you from that, correct?
No, I'm at 19.
Oh.
I would like to... I'm going to do a chronal shift. And you guys haven't seen me do this before, but I feel like the time backs up a little bit, and Shinigami kind of sees it coming and is able to force a reroll here.
Well, I'm not going to reroll. I think when Toriel does that, she can do it. So roll a d20.
Didn't you burn your reaction with shield though?
Oh, it's not. Is it a reaction? It is a reaction. You're right. Undo. Dang it! I was all excited to.
If
use
not, he almost thinks he's going to get that vital Shinigami, except a rune glows on Randall as he cloud runes it into the other one beside of him.
Bring up that ability.
Yes.
Gonna be a wall of text. Oh,
When you or a
I
creature
found the
is
easy version.
hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to evoke the rune and choose a different creature. Becomes a target of the same roll. The magic can transfer regardless of the attack's range. So you could do it on anybody?
Yep.
Like you could transfer it to this one, for example?
Anyone that's in range.
That's pretty nice. Very nice.
Get one per
yeah, I guess
short
that
rest or
balances
long
it.
rest.
because
One
it's
per short
or
rest.
long rest. Yeah.
Yeah, so just one cool ability you can do every so often.
Yeah.
And okay, well in that case, it only takes 5 slashing because it's immune to cold. So we'll take the 5 points of slashing as the cloud rune and magical runes, and it twists and it goes. Okay, nice. So Shinigami, hanging in there. I see how damaged you are. Oh, what do I do, Mister? I don't want these things exploding. What? Tell me what to do.
Oh boy. Let's see here. What can she do that won't harm someone else? Not a lot. She's gonna hold an action. She's kind of peeking around the corner. As soon as one of them is more than 5 feet away from any of my colleagues, she's going to do a firebolt.
See fire coursing around in her hand. She's getting ready to go. Gala.
Unfortunately, Gayla doesn't have that luxury because she's all up close. She's going to bonus action. Let me get it out here. That's just a huge wall of text. Hold on, let me cut out the part we're going to see.
Yep.
She's going to Radiant Soul. It's a bonus action. And she's got her 2 spectral gray wings are going to pop out because she gets extra damage with this here when she does it. So she's going to do that. Then she's going to walk in here to here. And she's going
to fly in there, isn't she?
What's that?
Can you fly with those wings?
Yeah.
Oh, you should fly in there then, because that would be
Oh,
cool.
I'll fly in there. I'll just zoom in. Actually, I'll make a whole loop around him. Actually, no, I'll get engaged with that guy there. So no, I won't. I'll just go right there.
Sure.
And then she'll attack that one that's next to Randall right there with my long sword. Why won't you roll? Hold on a second. Not rolling. There we go.
17 hits even without the bless as you hack into
For
it.
8 damage, I will add a smite onto it. So that I believe is the first level of D6.
8 plus 2, right? Because you're a proficiency bonus because your transformation.
Yep, I get a +2, so that's 10. Plus,
Nice.
I believe it's D6 for the Divine Smite. I've never used a passive before.
Oh, it's 2d8, I think, at first level.
2d8 for
Oh,
smite.
2d8. Yes, there it is. Thank you. 2d8 that. 4 more.
And this thing's technically elemental, so you don't get the bonus damage for evil things. So they kind of look like little demons, but they're not. They're technically elementals. But regardless, you hack into it. The creature screams out in agony. A lot of damage, but it survives.
And then I'll disengage and walk back in here so she can get attack on me.
Let's come to rake across your back, and rolls an 18.
Yep. How
I think
much?
that'll hit. 3 slashing and 4 cold. Just puts a claw right down your back, and without your nice armor on, it just pierces right through. Shinigami, you still got 2 around you. This one looks almost dead. What do you do? Oh, con save. That's true. Con save, Gala.
For for. Oh, thank you very much.
DC 10. Bless remains up. Okay, Shinigami.
All right. Well, being low level sucks, but we're going to try this anyways. And I'm going to holler out, "You underestimate my power." And all of these three guys have to make wisdom saving throws for conquering presence.
Nice.
755. I'm pretty sure that all fail.
Yep, DC 12. So they are terrifying presence as an action. You force creature to as a saving throw. Creature becomes frightened of you for 1 minute.
They get a save at the end of their turn?
At the end of each of its turns, yep.
Yeah, but a minute maximum. Okay, so how does Shinigami intimidate them? What does he do? You said you underestimate my power or something?
Yeah, he yells out and underestimate my power, and his eyes start to glow red a little bit. Now, with they're frightened, am I able to move away without an attack of opportunity?
Oh, but they'll be attacking at disadvantage.
All right. There's two of them. All right. Well, let's do this. Go here and just give one an attack of opportunity.
So at disadvantage, it rolls a 13, so swing and a miss.
All right. And that is it.
Okay. The ice sniffer to the north of you. I'm going to say it's so terrified of you that it doesn't even want to attack you. It's going to attack Randall. Since it sees you, though, it's going to attack Randall with disadvantage. Rolling a 9, so it just screams and tries to shut down. I'm not afraid of you. And he is still afraid of you. Didn't make a save. Toriel.
All right. I'm going to start off with bonus action. I'm going to try to push this.
Oh, wait.
method.
Before you do that, Mister was going to take her prepared action. And
Yes.
he's going to firebolt that one. So we're on a firebolt for Mister.
Yep.
That hits. Roll damage, and it'll be doubled. Oh, 6 fire. So
Not the best,
all adds
but
up.
Yep. Okay, cool. Thanks for remembering that. I'm going to use my bonus action to try to push this one 5 feet away.
Rolls a 10, so it gets pushed back away from Shinigami and Randall.
All right. And then I'm going to use a firebolt on it.
Sure. Oh.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go back in time and redo that.
Nobody saw that trombone.
Yeah,
It wasn't there.
Nobody saw anything.
16 hits. And which one are you hitting?
I'm hitting this one here so that no one takes damage from it, or I think no one takes damage from it.
20 points of damage. Oh,
Like
actually, the creature next to it needs to make a dex saving throw. Rolls a natural 1. It's going to cause a bit of a chain reaction. I'm going to have you roll this, Tori. Roll me a d8. It's got 4 hit points. So it
Sorry,
too explodes. And Randall
Roll
make
the
a
dex
dexterity
save.
saving throw. They're not immune to slashing. You dodge it. And my d8 still's not working. You take 2 points of slashing damage. This works, just my d8. Okay, Oren, I'm holding the line. Anything comes close, I'm going to smash it.
One thing, I'm going to move. I'm going to move out of the way. I will take the opportunity attack, but I think it's a disadvantage. So I'm going to back up.
Oh, I was a 19 at disadvantage. It was a natural 20 otherwise.
And I already used my reaction this time. Oh wait, I get it back, right? Because it was at the end of my turn, or during my turn, so I get it back now, right?
I think it's at the start of your turn.
See, maybe you're right. Okay, that's fair. Yep.
What do you want to bring up? Shield? And no, when was your reaction come back? Would you just future
I think it
reference.
is at the start of your turn. So I used it during my turn. I don't know.
Oh, the start of your turn. There we go. So you can shield it if you like.
Well, I used the reaction during my turn.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
To,
another reaction.
right.
gone.
Yeah.
Look at
Okay.
your next turn.
Okay. I will take the hit then.
4 slashing and 2 cold. It's like rips
All right.
across your back. Holding the
Didn't it
line,
already use
Gala.
its-
Hold it.
Didn't it
Oh,
already
sure.
use its reaction?
I'm sure.
It already used its reaction on the Gala. Gala ran away and it clawed Gala.
Ah,
You can
I
take
love it.
4 slashing and 2 cold back. Well, that was a whole lot of reactions for nothing, but that's
no,
all
that was
good.
a lot of.
Holding the line, Gala. Holding the line.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Okay. One ice. This is the last one. It is the last one. These two have exploded. One of them exploding on the other one. That's pretty cool. And this one still sees Shinigami. And it's going to attack Randall at disadvantage. Rolling a 12 at disadvantage. It swings and a miss. Randall, what do you do?
I'm gonna take
Wisdom.
my sword and try to jab it through its mouth.
It gets its nerve back and makes its saving throw. Is unafraid. Get out! Get out! Get out! And that hits.
8 plus a d6.
You can roll it as you like, as it explodes, and make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Up.
That much damage.
Okay.
Okay, with that, all the creatures are dead. And I'm going to say, for expedience sake, I know Jeff is waiting there in the wings patiently. There's not much of value in the house, but you can go through and systematically destroy the brown mold. Now, once these ice creatures go, you notice the ice starting to melt. It's going to do havoc to the hardwood floors, but it does melt. Okay. So, with the house cleared, do you guys go to the Temple of Light?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
if there's
gotta-
nothing else, if there's nothing else to inspect, was that the only thing that was in the house?
Yeah, I mean, the house had been abandoned for a number of years, so one presumably assumes that the whoever left it took all valuables and stuff with them. Gorso returned to town, which he did. Okay, Bass, you're in the Temple of Life. Do you wait for your friends? I mean, you try everything you can, but Vanek refuses to live.
Yeah, no. Shinigami told me to get him here, so I would assume that in a few moments they would be, or he at least would be following. I have no clue what's going on with Gala or Toriel meeting with the king. So yeah, I'd just be waiting for Shinigami.
Eventually, you all come to the Temple of Life. It's the middle of the night by this time, and you look at the lifeless body of Vinnick.
What was the priest's name again? I closed that window.
Othmir Onomal.
uh,
I'll bring him up again.
Altmir, our companion's been slain. Is there anything you can do to help her?
Some minor magical abilities to heal, which goes with the territory here is in the Temple of Life. I'm used to dealing with broken bones, infections of the like. Bringing a man back from the death is beyond me.
It's the Temple of Life. Oh, is there anybody in town that can that can recover her?
No, elves are androgynous, but I believe Vinnick's a he.
Oh. Is there nobody in town that can revive Vinnick?
Not that I know of. I think we need to start talking about burial arrangements.
Uh, I was just beginning to like Venick and getting to know him. This can't be the end.
Seems that something is out to get us all. We should probably stick together.
Shinigami, what did you learn of the mothers?
Did I learn something from the mothers? I thought that was Torio.
But Bass doesn't know that. He's been here the whole time.
And we roll bad.
I mean, the only thing you could reveal is that strange mark. Which I can show you again. This one.
All we found was
Bass is proficient
a strange mark on the body, and when we investigated the house, there were ice methods inside.
Bass is proficient in history. Can I try a history check
Sure.
to see if I recall this mark?
Sure.
If the Gorsos know anything? Nope.
Nope.
But what was wrong with my house? Grandfather's house?
Ice methods had moved in.
I take that you got inside?
Yeah, we got inside. There was some moldy stuff. The ice methods froze everything, but there's gotta be something we can do for Vinnick.
Maybe the latent power of the Gorsos can bring him back?
How do we do that?
Clear the room. I need to be alone with Vinnick.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Fair now.
I'll have words with Oathbreaker while he's doing that. How can you call this the Temple of Life if you can't preserve life or return life?
Look, it's just the title of the temple. We
It's not in the name.
Well, we give hope, and hope is part of life. Like I can tell you of this: many people will have died if it wasn't for the temple of the life. We take in the sick, we take in the needy, we take in the hungry. If it wasn't for us, many people wouldn't get a square meal, and there would be dead of starvation. So in a very real sense, we give life every day. I know you're probably experiencing some anger that your friend is gone, but don't take your anger out on me.
It's true, Shinigami. They do quite a bit of help in the area.
Well, it's
Not
true,
much
but
of-
it's the Temple of Meals on Wheels and Stitches.
Oh, while I did not appreciate your attitude, that is a fairly accurate summation. But people survive on meals and wheels. Wounds that aren't stitched get infected and people die. We bring life to this town.
All right.
I
Well,
just don't understand. Who would do this to Vinnick?
yeah, we have to figure out what that symbol means. Have you ever seen this symbol before? And I draw it on the floor.
Not sorry. Did not recognize that. Yes, you're alone in a room with Vinnick.
Yeah, being alone, I'll summon the scythe, and I will meditate with it, and I will say, Purgatory, your humble servant calls upon your guidance. What can be done to bring back this lost one?
Life. I consume life. I feed on life. I do not return life.
I'm not asking you to return life. I'm asking for your guidance in how to go about someone could return his life.
You think I know more than I do. I know no more than that bungling fool of a priest. High-level divine magic.
Okay, I'm gonna suggest something and if it works, it's up to Jeff if he wants to do this. What if we rope him into our ranks and you have another servant? Would you bring him back then?
Serve but one master. I cannot split my allegiances. You and I, Bess, we are bound. We are bound on a deep level, and I do not share.
Okay. I'll come out of my meditation and I'll holler for everybody. And I will let them know that unfortunately I've meditated on the matter, searched through the teachings of the Gorsos, and there is nothing that I can do, even though I thought that there was.
Jeff. You with us, Jeff?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I just unmuted. Yes.
Come across to me to voice channel 2 if you'd be so kind.
Alrighty.
Okay, Jeff. So thank you for your patience. I didn't expect them to go on that little mini adventure, but
It's one of the longest running ones I had where I didn't die. I was already dead.
well, I mean, you did die. There's no two ways about it. You are dead as a doornail at the moment. Let me just bring up some notes that I prepared earlier. Okay, so the last thing you saw as you died was this assassin. I mean, if you remember from last session, she just ignored Bess completely and just went straight after you. And despite some bad rolls
Right.
by her, some bad rolls by everybody, she eventually managed to take you down. And the last thing you remember is her with a gleeful look in her face as she slowly digs this long sword into your heart. Your heart bursts, and the world goes blank. And you think, well, this is it. This is where I find out about the afterlife, about what it means, because no one knows for sure.
Okay.
You wake up. Well, in a sense, you wake up. You open your eyes, or what you think are your eyes, and you look down at yourself, and it's like you're half there, like you're semi-transparent. And you grab your hands, and you can still feel your hands, but there's this very ghostly apparition. And you look around, and there's nothing but white in all directions. What do you do?
Do I feel like I can walk? Am I floating or am I on the
You feel
ground
like
firm or
you don't feel like you're standing on anything. You could float up, down, left, right.
and I don't see anything. Everything's just white.
Just plain white in all directions.
I'm going to try to go up.
Okay, so despite being dead, it's a quite pleasant experience as you're completely unbound from gravity. I mean, your hair's kind of floating all over the place as well. And you go up for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, nothing.
All right. I stop. Um, I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak aloud, and I'm going to like, what is this place?
You hear a voice behind you, and it says, "Oh, that depends on what you're looking for, Vinnick."
Well, I have unfortunately met my maker twice now. I'm looking for a higher purpose. I What can you tell me about the state that I'm in? This seems ghostly. I don't know if I'm real or if I'm imagining this or what the story is.
The voice behind you moves around in front of you, and you can see another being here. It's a human, kind of thinning black hair, dressed quite well. And he says, "You said you died twice? That is unfortunate."
Yes, and I give them I can't remember the story, but I give them the rundown of the first time I died and said, "Well, hey, I was Cybermonger. I can't remember his name now, and going to rescue the I've already forgotten. Was
Queen?
it the princess?
The queen?
Queen. That's what it was. We were going to rescue the queen, and we made haste. I was following them, and we went through a tree, and I lost everybody. Actually, was that cloud like also? Was I in a foggy area when I made the transition to the portal?
Yeah, when you come to the other side in the Fey Forest, it was a little foggy, yes. And that's where you lost track of
Okay.
Lord
Does it seem
Signmonder and
like
everybody
this?
else. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I share with them that and I ran into this lady, and I thought that she was going to help me, and that turned out not to be the case.
Seems, uh, Vinnick, that you say this is the second time you've died. I think it's the first.
But did I
Because
not die? Was it just my eyes before? I thought I died. Okay.
well, the story went you were grievously injured, like on the point of
Okay.
death. When
Okay.
Lord Signmonder said he found you, you were barely alive. They brought you back to the
Okay.
Temple
Okay.
of Life, and over the course of 20 odd years, they managed to bring you back to your current state. So this figure
Okay.
says, "Oh,
Okay.
I think this is your first death. Do you have unfinished business, Vinnick?"
I I do. I do feel like I have unfinished business.
I can help you with that, Vinnick, but it's going to cost you. The
Right.
cost
Did
might be
you?
quite high, but I can
Yes.
promise
What?
you, you'll
Hmm?
be returned. And let's just say you and I will be linked in some certain sense. It does not come
Hmm.
without benefits, though. I will give you powers that you didn't have before. Let's just say they're as a way to even the scale so it's advantageous for me as well. Every so often I will touch base with you, and you will crave things. I'm not sure what. It depends on how this bonding goes. But let's just say the things you wish to consume will not be socially acceptable.
Sounds very ghastly, but I think I'm willing to accept these terms. How so so clearly these cravings will be something that I will want to do in solitude and in darkness of cover, shall we say. What about when you call upon me? What will that look like? How will you speak to me?
A voice in your head. You will recognize it as me. There are certain things that I can't do that you could do for me, Vinnick.
I see. I see that this could be a very beneficial uh, pairing, linking. But who are you? What do I call?
You can just call me. Just checking something. Uh, thought I had this sussed. Just a second.
It's all good. All good.
There are things you will learn about me as time goes on, Vinnick. For now, you can just call me your lord.
Okay. Well, Lord, I accept this bond that you are extending. It seems to me, based on the relationship that we are going to have and these cravings, perhaps I should be keeping our bond and relationship secret from my fellow party members. Yes?
Of course, this will be strictly between me and you. They will notice you have different powers, and you will not return to life looking quite as youthful as you do now. But you can keep our relationship. I think it's best to keep it secret for now.
But what happens when you and I have achieved our objectives and completed our unfinished business? What happens to our tie at that point?
We can mutually agree to work together, or we can mutually decide to part. But that is a long
Seems
way
like
down the road, Vinnick.
okay. Well, Lord, thank you. I accept this. This is great.
Well, be gone. And you're sucked out of this thing. And we'll get to your resurrection in a second. A couple of things I want to
Okay.
mention to you, Vinnick. If you look at your
Yes.
character sheet now for Vinnick,
Uh-huh.
you'll notice you have one level of Warlock now.
Ooh.
Okay, so next time you level up, don't level up because you're technically level 4 now. So don't level up next time I tell you to level up. And I'll just say you take the level of Warlock then. You've still got to choose 2 spells and 2 cantrips. So you can do that in your own time.
Okay.
And then there's this a power that this Lord fellow mentioned to you. This is the powers that he's given you.
Nice.
On the downside, I just want to share this document with you.
Mhm.
So do you want to click on that? I sent it in Discord. Click on that and let me know when you've got it open.
Let's see. I'm trying to click on the right thing. That. Oops, that's just the picture. That's not it.
Get it open.
Okay. Yep. It's open.
I see Vinnick and a hunger thing underneath that.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You crave flesh, Vinnick. This is the thing that you crave. Now, I'm going to leave you this as a player to kind of manage this and work around it. But you have a special thing called a hunger score, which starts at 10. So no cravings. But you notice as your hunger score decreases, and it decreases by a D2 each day. So it might decrease by 1, it might decrease by 2. And
Okay.
you see as your hunger score gets lower and lower and lower, the effects get worse and worse and worse. Okay? To counteract
And
that,
mhm.
to
I was
counteract
just going to
that,
say to counteract that is to eat.
yeah. So the best thing is a living humanoid flesh. So if you took a bite of something that's alive, you get 10 hunger points back. But for
Oh,
instance, if you
no.
eat a long dead rodent, you'd only get 1 point back. So this is a challenge for Vinnick to maintain his sanity, but to maintain his sanity, he has to consume flesh.
Higher Lestat. All right. That sounds
Okay.
good. This will be interesting.
So I'll leave you to manage that.
Okay.
So just at the end of every long rest, roll a d2. So it'll either be 1 or a 2. And
Okay.
go from there, and you might
How do,
start eating your friends.
Yeah, I'm hopefully not eating my friends, but I probably are gonna want to like sneak out at night. Is that like I have to send you a secret message to try to do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All
The
right.
party just discussed the importance of staying together, right? So you've already got a challenge. So, what do you
Great.
think,
All
Jeff?
right.
Interesting?
It's very interesting. Yeah, I like it. That'll be good.
Okay, so when we come back, you're going to miraculously come back to life. You're going to look, we'll probably change your token, but you're going to look much older, much wrinklier. Your beautiful silver hair is now thinning and graying. So I'll let you to describe exactly how Vinnick looks as you come back to life. Okay?
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good. Yep.
Voice
See you
channel
over
1.
there. All right.
Oh, Dad's back. Everybody behave. You
Okay,
can't
so
make me-
Vinnick, we've agreed you're the embodiment of Tiamat, and you're now the big bad for this campaign. Right?
Sweet.
Hell yes.
Everybody poke him with something.
Roll
Can I
initiative.
roast? Can I roast the marshmallow off of you? Do you exude heat?
So as you're wondering what to do about Vinnick, Bass, the deal you tried to make didn't work, the Otmir Onomail got into argument with Shinigami because he can't do it. What do they see, Jeff?
So you see Vinnick rise back up. He does not look like what you remember him. His he looks like he has aged significantly. His skin is wrinkled. He not as fit as he was before. His hair is thinning and changed from a beautiful silverish white to more just gray and thinning and looking old. But the good news is he's up. He's excited to see you all. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you guys.
What the
Like,
F? Vinnick, what?
question.
That's not
Yeah.
normal.
Vinnick, you got a dad body.
Quick question, yeah, because Vinnick was a Shatterkai, right? He was an elf.
Yeah, still appears to be have
Yes.
elf-like qualities to him.
So Bass is basically wondering did he age like 500 or 600 years, knowing how elves age?
He looks old. So I'll let you
Okay.
deduce your own conclusions from that.
I'm gonna ask him. I go, you saw, you did. What did you see? What was beyond?
Oh, my friends, it was quite beautiful. There's lots of clouds and white light, and there was even a voice, and that's about all I can share with you. I just feel very privileged to have crossed over. I
Find
don't
out
feel
about
quite the
mothers?
same, but I'm very excited to be amongst you again.
Divine sense triggers nothing.
Well, we're glad that you're back. You seem to have aged a little bit from your experience, but you're with us and he's not undead. So, glad to have you back.
Do you remember what happened?
Yes, I followed fast because I thought he would need some help, and it turned out to be a bad idea. Some crazy lady jumped out and attacked us, and she was hell bent on getting me. I might say she seemed to be very unskilled in her weaponry, but clearly better than myself as she got the better of me through this battle.
She had a symbol on her. Are you familiar with it? And I draw it out for him.
I'm sending it to you a second, Malcolm.
So this is a symbol. You can make a history check if you like, Vinnick.
Okay, I will do that. A bonus there, so.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Bass, what about you? Have you ever seen that symbol before? I don't think he's rolled.
No, I did. It was a 10. I
Okay.
didn't realize it.
Malcolm, she did. I've forgotten now. I think she said mother. Mother should
The
have killed you?
mothers.
Mothers,
Yeah.
plural.
Mothers. Did that mean anything to Venick?
I'm going to say you relay all of this information to them, and with the history checks, no one knows what mothers mean. The only thing that strikes you as odd is, unless you have two mums, as some people do, mothers is an unusual term to use.
That's all it says
One.
into your Discord. So I don't really. I mean, yes, technically, but I'm not sure.
Sure.
No.
Okay.
Malcolm, one other thing. So while they can see what I look like, and I might be able to see my hands, although they're probably in gloves and stuff like that. Have I seen myself? Does Venick know what Venick looks like now?
No, you don't.
I mean, obviously you're with us. Do you feel any different? Do you feel like you're, a little bit more? He's trying to like deduce, like, are you sore or something? Like, can you even walk? Do you need a cane?
Do you have arthritis?
Osteoporosis?
Venick goes, you guys are just messing with me, right? Why would you ask me these questions? I feel remarkably well.
You kind of, I'm just gonna be blunt. You kind of look like me.
Wait, what?
Can you cast mirror image?
Only without the bluish skin.
Venick, can you cast mirror image?
Are mirrors not common?
Mirrors?
A mirror.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, totally. I mean, yeah. Mirrors are totally common in medieval times, right?
Right, yeah. They might be made out of metal, but whatever.
What? Mirrors? The DM is completely
I-
lost.
Well,
I would
so he can
use-
see himself. But
Trying
I'll
to
use
look.
prestidigitation.
You got mirrors. You got mirrors.
I'll
That's
use
mirrors,
prestidigitation to create a non-magical trinket, a little hand mirror, and I will hand it to Venick.
That works.
I like it.
So Venick grabs the mirror and looks at himself in the mirror and is shocked to see what you guys have seen. It's like, oh my gosh, what has happened to me? What happened to my beautiful skin and my hair?
You're balding.
So you just had these images while you were dead, I guess, and then you just came back, and did you speak to anyone?
No, there was I didn't see anybody. I feel good. I just maybe it's just an appearance thing. I don't know. This is quite. I haven't experienced something like this before. Take this mirror away. Why would you do that? That's terrible. I give it back to you.
Malcolm, would I have any idea in my studies, Arcana or history, of something like this occurring?
Arcana or history, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna guidance myself just to really rack my brain.
Sure.
And how about a 25?
You've heard of people coming back from life in your studies in an unusual way in the Arcane Tower, but never quite like this. They've come back pretty much how they died. So it strikes you as unusual that while it's not unheard of, some extreme examples of people making demonic deals, but that's highly rare. And the deals usually involve people coming back as they were, as part of the deal. So something's changed about Venick. So there's something unusual, but you've heard of people coming back to life before, even without the presence of a high-level cleric. Highly unusual, to say the least, but you have heard of it.
Yeah, I will. I will really. I have pretty extensive studies in this matter, but this is unusual. Can I do a retro insight to see if Venick is
Sure.
holding back something? I'm not that great at reading people, but
Well, Vinnick, does he get the impression that you're holding back with a 15? I'll just let you decide. There's something else to the story that you're holding back, or just nothing? Your choice.
I'm gonna say that you get the feeling that Venick knows something that he's uncomfortable saying.
okay. Trail will keep that to herself for now. She's just like, well, Venick, it's good to have you back. That's the most important thing.
Yes, thanks, friends. I really appreciate you sticking with me, and Babs, thank you for so much for trying to protect me. I'm glad to be with you.
It's no problem, friend. You came with me to assist me.
Well, we should probably try to find out more about that symbol. Maybe there's some others that we can just talk to.
Well, it's like midnight, correct, Malcolm?
Yeah, it's back at the Hall of the Lawgivers. Someone there will be looking it over. We can meet there in the morning, but I don't think that we should separate anymore. I think we should stick together. Does anybody else have any business, or should we retire for the evening somewhere?
Point of order, if you cleared out what you said you cleared out from Gorso Villa, we can stay there. It is my birthright, after all.
Yeah, you're gonna want to hire a cleaning crew first. We were there, and there were some nasty spores, and there's some ice damage and some water damage from the ice melting, so it's gonna need a cleaning first. So that's probably not an option for tonight.
How big's Ronald Manor from where I'm at, Malcolm?
Plenty of room for everybody.
I'll say you can all stay with me. My uncle, thankfully, my uncle is out of town, and I have plenty of room. I feel our fates are intertwined at the moment. There is
Yeah.
something happening that involves all of us.
Agreed. We should stick together. Thank you for your generosity.
Yes,
As
thank
long
you.
as there's wine.
I do have an important matter that I cannot ignore. And perhaps you can all help me since we've decided to stick together. But as you know, I had an audience with the king and queen. I'd never thought I would actually say that, but it happened. And I need to deal with some unpleasantries regarding the boarding school. Bass, I know you're aware of it, but now it has come to the king and queen's attention, and they told me that I need to deal with it one way or the other. Either my parents have to give up their duties, or we have to convince the nobles that my parents are the best choice for the boarding school. I know it'll.
The Domerins.
Yeah, those jerks.
When's the ball, Malcolm? Is it tomorrow or is it like the next day?
Tomorrow evening. So long rest, and then the end of the day, the ball will start.
I'll say I was writing invitations for you all to come to the ball. The nobles will be there along with the king and queen. You might be able to speak to others there and get them on your side and persuade them. And she'll hand invitations to everyone. And on yours, Gorso boy, it's just going to say, see you there because you're noble. And then it's also going to have a letter saying, on 118 on the map, there is Auntie Allen's sewing shop. I have some money, and I've given her 5 gold pieces for each person to get proper attire for the ball as well, so they can go there and get dressed properly. Unless I look at Shimigami, I'm not sure if the red cloak would come as a red cloak or if you would like to change your attire. You are a lawkeeper after all. Welcome wherever you go.
Yeah, no, the way I am is the way I go.
You are what you are.
Toriel, I am curious with your audience with the king, with this new king and queen, and I say new because they're new to me. What was their demeanor like? Did they behave like their daughter?
Well, I don't want to speak ill of the king and queen, but you are a red cloak, and I will speak truthfully. And well, the king was seemed to be no nonsense sense type of very very direct king, and the queen, well, she stared at me the whole time, and I was very uncomfortable. She did not look friendly at all.
But did they behave as their daughter behaved?
I wouldn't. Again, just between us, right?
As you
didn't
stand
seem
in the
that.
temple of life, surrounded by lots of people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go back to the villa and speak.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I will not share this in front of other people. Yeah.
That's fine, but just remember, it's simply a yes or no. You don't have to go into detail.
I would say, for the most part, no. But
Okay.
she didn't speak. She was just staring at me the whole time. And once we're in private, I will. I feel like Shinigami. Do I know the oath of the Red Cloaks, or know kind of it that they also are swearing to royal family?
No, they don't swear to the royal family. They swear to the law.
To the law.
Yeah.
But of course, the king can make any law anytime.
That's true. But technically, he's beholden. Red cloaks are beholden to the law, not to the crown.
So once we're in more or a private area, I will reveal it was that I had to re-swear the oath. They did have a unusual request. I guess maybe just testing me, but a hypothetical situation where if there was a bastard son that was the rightful heir, and he was basically making decisions that were not good for the kingdom. He made me, or not made me, but asked me if I would, what I would do, and I said I would follow my oath. But I'm not sure why he asked me of this hypothetical. Maybe just to test me. It may not be anything more than that.
Okay, thank you.
In planning the ball, I have met with the king, not the queen, and they do not act as their daughter does, but they are fully aware of her actions, or at least the king is, and the royal and the noble house itself. Long live the king! May they be protected, and long may he reign.
And this daughter is the daughter of this queen, not the previous queen, correct?
That's correct. And just a small aside, the king and queen will not be attending the ball.
But nobles will, right?
All the nobles will be represented there. So this could be an
Including
opportunity.
the Damarin triplets.
And their mother.
Yeah.
They're not triplets, they're just brothers. They're not triplets, they're just
Or just
brothers.
brothers. Sorry. The three Damarin brothers. Yeah.
Yep. One of them likes you.
And Beth, I appreciate your all your help on this matter, but the king said noble families, like others have complained, which is perplexing to me because my parents are such good teachers. So I'm just wondering if, like, I don't know how many. It could just be two families, or maybe it is only the one.
Well,
Dom.
Perhaps it could be a possibility of certain ones factioning up.
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
Tyrael, remember, I did give your father a sealed letter from the Gorso family with our crest on it. He could be including us versus the Damarin.
Yes, that. When I actually I don't know how I'm supposed to report back to the king. I guess he never said anything about that. I just have to take care of it.
You probably know if the other nobles stopped, if the other nobles stopped complaining, he'd know.
Yes.
And I've asked my cousin, Permal Ronald, Permal, do you know of any other noble houses or any unrest with the school? You've lived here your entire life, I believe.
Yes, I have. One of the more well, all the families will be at the ball. They'll all probably make demands of you, Toriel. I mean, the sticking point is going to be the gold tooths. Now, as you know about the gold tooths, they're a generation or two ago they rescued a queen from certain death, and the queen granted them royal noble status. And ever since
goblins, I
then,
believe.
goblins, yes. And ever since then, those whispered things say they're the wart on the butt of society. And though they will not be at the Camarosa ball, but maybe you can get them before the ball. I mean, House Domarin is going to be insistent, but it's a matter of seeing what each other of the houses want. I feel like I'm running an episode of Pride and Prejudice now.
Okay.
So, but the gold tooths are nobles, whether people consider them warts or not. Their word, their support would have some say, but they're not invited to these type of events.
Does Bass hear all this?
Sure.
Toriel, I think it's in the best interest of the school if you and I go talk to these gold tooths.
I
Let's be
think
the
that-
talking for you and just be the exemplary student that you are.
That would be wonderful. I am forever in your debt already, and I'm just so happy that you're helping me. Should we bring everybody so we're not split up?
Yes, Galia, Galia, I appreciate all of your hospitality, but learning this of the gold tooths and that they are unaligned, I think it is in the best interest of Turiel and her parents if we can align them into helping us save the school from the Domarins. I wish to
Great.
go there in the morning before the ball. If you would join us.
I agree. Of course. I too would like to see the school saved.
If my memory recalls from all the Gorso teachings, even though these are noble goblins, coin plays a long way. I am willing to upfront 100 gold to them for their alliance. What could you put in, being a fellow noble?
Not that much. I've already spent some because I'm buying clothes for everybody. The whole lot.
I will be doing a shopping day tomorrow, so that'll be good.
License off here. I could probably put in 50.
Could be enough. Friends, I know we all are from different upbringings. Could anyone else throw into this pot if it is required? Not saying that it is needed, but if it comes up.
I have some money from our adventures. I have 68, right? Yeah, 68 gold pieces. perhaps to hold on a little bit, maybe 50 from me as well. But if it's necessary, I'm happy to put it all in for my parents.
That makes 200 total. If it's required, not saying it's needed. You never know with goblins. Anyone else?
Are you suggesting that we bribe the goblins?
Not suggesting that we bribe the goblins. I'm just suggesting that goblins are known for liking shiny things, and if we gain their favor by donating shiny things to them, then maybe they would align with us.
What's your school called, Turiel?
It's
Oh,
40.
What did you say it? I'm like, I wrote it down
Is
somewhere.
it
Number
the
40.
Walham
Yeah.
boarding school?
It's number 40 on the map. If you hover over 40, then
Is it
you'll see
Walham?
Walham.
Walham.
I'm reading the Gazetteer because we should all know the Gazetteer. The goblins attend your school. Some goblins, I believe. I believe all nobles' children have
Yeah.
gone to the school. So some of the goblins also go to your school.
Would my parents have told me about who attends the school when on our last dinner together?
Yeah, all the nobles except the gold tooths.
No, it says, okay, it says some here in the thing, but okay.
Sadly, but maybe this is an opportunity to open the school to them.
Yes.
This is the way for the gold tooth in the school, and if the Domerans rule it, then that will never happen.
Yes.
Yeah, allow them into the school with no money needed. Free tuition.
But if they require a donation for their support, I would like to be able to supply that need. Yeah, you know how us nobles are. Sometimes donations are required for our allegiance. Typical noble politics, is it not?
I don't know. I keep out of the financials of all that. So if you say so, Gorso.
I just hush with that until it's needed, please. Just bass.
Well, Permal's heard it, so Permal now knows. So, anyways.
Just hush until it's needed, okay? But I was privy to grandfather's talks before. I kind of know what he meant before he went all closed closeted and came out all smelly with tattoos.
I could make something from the gold tooth as well. If you think it'll, sorry, that's long. I can make a little object for them. I don't know what they would like, but it could be just a little stone that glows or something like that. I don't know if that would help or not, but
If you have the right tools, I know a little bit around the smithing tools.
We could save that for our ace in the pocket. Toriel and Randall could combine your talents if it's needed.
I think admission to the school for the goblins would go a long way, and with the school gone because of the brothers, I think that would be good. We should see about that. But yes,
I agree. We'll start with that. Go on to donation, and if required, maybe a little, not to play down on it, but a little trinket might help as well.
I'm wondering if we should ask my parents about emissions and just to make sure there's no hurdles, so we're not telling something to goblins that can't come to pass.
Teriel, I understand your concerns, but maybe if we just inform them we saved the school, but now the goblins may come, that they would be okay because the Domerans are not chasing them out.
I like it.
Just to be clear, your parents have no problems with the gold tooths, but the nobles who send their families to their boarding school have problems with gold tooths. It's like, well, we won't send our children here if a dirty noble goblin is here. And so, just to be politically expedient, the gold tooths are not allowed.
Okay. Well, that might be hard then. I forgot about that. It's like this might make the other families less likely to support my parents then. Oh
Or
boy.
we could have an extra ally, because I could send word to have a few Gorso children attend. So then, who knows? They could be scared and refuse to withdraw their kids from your school.
Oh.
I think one of the best bets is that as at the ball, we'll have the House of Nanagroth, which is the dwarf lineage, the dwarf masters. We'll have another dwarven house, House of Mondrin will be there.
Okay, House
Dorman,
Mondor
of
is
course.
the same house as Lord Sign Mondor.
Mondor, yeah.
You're your guy.
Oh.
There's
Well,
an ancient house of the House of Karamosa. There are many besides the goblins. The goblins may not be our best bet if the other nobles would frown upon the goblins attending the school. There'd be many
Oh,
noble
yeah.
houses there.
Oh,
My
yeah, I
family's the house of
remember.
my family's the house of Karamosa.
Hmm.
Oh,
So you're
yeah, I
noble?
remember
Oh, good.
you talking to your uncle about the meeting with Lord Simonder, and after the games, you becoming a Knight of the Crown. You already have a relationship with Lord Simonder. Could you not gain his allegiance to support the school with Tariel's parents? Would that not go a long way?
Possibly. I've only recently met him. He has been endorsing me to become a knight through my uncle. I'm not sure where his allegiance would lie. I could discuss it with him.
Conversations worth having, is it
Mhm.
not?
It is,
Do not the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few?
or the one. Sorry. Yes. Yes, that would be another one to talk to.
And remember, if you introduce me to Simonder, do not mention Gorso unless I'm required to, please.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So, with all of a sudden political maneuverings need to be made. Now, I was going to mention the House Ronald. It's one of those obnoxious places that has 50 bedrooms and 30 bathrooms for a family of 6. So, more than enough room for your companions at House Ronald.
Those poor housekeepers.
Yep, everything is pristine. And I'll just say that you get a long rest and you may level up.
what?
Level up!
Level up.
Vinnick,
Level
you know what to
4.
do?
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Not die.
Feet time.
That's a good
Yes,
start.
So take a moment to level up. I'm going to take a short break and I'll just give you guys a moment to level up. I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right.
Who's rolling HP? don't know if I like this.
Some of you guys would have gotten feats, wouldn't you? What feats would you get?
Fey touched for me, gaining +1 to charisma and Misty Step and Hex.
I took observant,
Look, what's
which means I have it gives me a +1 to either wisdom or intelligence, which I chose wisdom. And it gives me a +5 to all passive wisdom, passive perceptions, and passive investigation checks.
Nice.
And I can read lips.
Kind of works in well with your path to a red cloaky, right? That's cool. I like it.
I took lucky.
Nice. Solid.
Remember to update your passive perception and roll 20 for Malcolm.
Ah, that would be great.
Yeah.
I took telekinesis, so I have Mage Hand now as a cantrip. I can shove things, and I got +1 to charisma, so now my charisma's +3.
Nice.
Oh.
All right. I now have a passive perception of 19.
Nice.
It's one in every party that scuttles the DM's plan as they notice things, but that's all good.
Nothing an aspiring red cloak wouldn't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So morning comes. Breakfast is already prepared by the time you wake up. There are advantages of being of the noble persuasion. And what do you do?
You guys have you guys all have an appointment if you want it at the tailor shop, and then we have our other things we're doing. But you might want to do the tailor first because she'll need time to make sure she gets it all for you.
I feel like Toriel's probably excited about shopping.
Randall doesn't know anything about that. So he's going to be weird. Like, I don't know what to do.
Puffy clothes and all that for you.
Way to do this. So, those who wish to can make your way to Aunt Eleanor's sewing shop. And probably Gayle would know this. She makes the most fashionable and stylish clothes you can imagine. And as you enter, she says, "Oh, Gayle, my darling, is it another dress that you want?"
Oh, you've done so many for me. You already have one I have yet to wear. I'm going to wear. It's going to be quite the sight, I believe. Everyone will be gushing or be asking who I'm wearing, and I'll always say you.
Oh, well, of course, my dear. Are you both friends, I see?
Yes, they need just quick garments for the ball tonight. Nothing too extravagant, just enough to make them look the part, if you know what I mean.
Well, of course, but the little personal touches always helps. And who is this divine beauty I see before me? She says, looking at Toriel.
I'm Toriel. I'm so excited. I've heard so much about your shop.
Give me ideas, sweetie. Give me ideas. What do you want?
Something that says, "Hey, I'm a wizard, but I'm also a woman."
Okay, why don't we do you a long, elegant red robe with runes going up and down the sleeves. How would that sound? Oh, that sounds too magic usery. That just sounds like a magic user robe. How about a dress with a wide base? Like, kind of... Malcolm's struggling because he's not into fashion. So you explain to me. You explain to me what you're...
Glitter and gold linings like as if she were on fire.
Oh, now we're talking.
Oh,
a white
Gayle,
dress with flaming
nice
gemstones or flaming rhinestones, flaming, not terribly expensive things up the side. Got it.
Yes,
done.
That sounds lovely.
And what about you? Mr. Elderly man, maybe we could work in a cane, she says to Vinnick.
A cane? How offensive! Why would you say such a thing?
Oh, I'm sorry. What would you like, sir?
Something. I don't know. Something that would be like a cane but doesn't look like a cane would be fantastic. Now that you mention it.
Something with long sleeves, then.
Oh yes, that sounds great. Kind of covers up my arms. I like it. That's very nice.
A nice hat and maybe a partial mask because it is a ball.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, you are very clever. I like this. This is great.
So she brings out a mask, kind of like Phantom of the Mask style. You know, it's gonna just half your face. And a hat with a feather in, because a hat with a feather on is always a good idea.
I love it.
Fantastic. And what about you, sir? She's referring to Randall.
A shirt.
Yes, I'm listening. Work with me. A shirt, yes?
Pants.
I don't think you're getting the vibe of the place here, sir. Think big, think extravagant, think splashy, think look at me.
Bling jewelry.
Jewelry, yes.
Like bedazzled, just gems or something.
How about I do you a classic suit with long tails and a top hat, and we'll embroider the seams with some sparkly gemstones. How does that sound?
Sure, that's great. Yeah.
Awesome. That reminds me of me. At my ball at high school, I wore a white suit with a top hat and tails, and I won Best Dressed Male at the ball. That's the height of my fashion.
All right.
All right, who else do we have? You, sir. Mr. Drow. What can we get for you?
Oh, I'll snap my fingers and have purgatory appear in my hands.
Oh my goodness.
Something of this color that complements my figure, please.
Okay. And she gets you something very stylish, something that like David Beckham would wear, almost slightly effeminate, but the color scheme matches. Does that work for you, Bess?
Can you add a little more purple, please?
Purple it is, with various colors of purples throughout your suit. Layers of purple.
Don't forget the black accents, thank you.
With black seams. How's that?
That works, that works.
Fantastic. Did Shinigami come along?
Yeah, we're all sticking together.
Okay, what about you, sir? Decorative box? I don't know what to say. What do you think,
I'm
sir?
good. I'm good as is.
Not some...
Oh, the Red Cloak is coming. The Red Cloaks are welcome wherever in the city they go. They need not dress up for it. They're law keepers. You know that.
Never hurts to ask, though. All right, come back this morning, this evening, just before the ball. I'll make it a rush job, and I'll get this done for you, just because it's for you and your friends, Gala. I wouldn't do it under any other circumstances.
And I'll make sure everybody knows who we're wearing.
But of course. Right, tally-ho, I've got work to do. Tally-ho. He shoos you out of the shop.
Okay.
We have Lord Simonder. I'll send my squire to inquire when a good time to meet him would be. But where else would we like to go? There is the Gold Tooth. There is other noble houses, or do we just want to do Simonder first?
Here are the noble houses. I'm just going to put them down. There's Domarin, which you know. Nangraf, which is a militaristic one. Caramosa, who's hosting the ball. The Gold Tooths, which are the goblins. There's Ronald, which is your good friend Gala. There's Monder, which is Lord Son Monder. And there's the Wilthammers. Those are the ones you'd have to touch base with.
Two are goblin. There's the elven one is the Wilthammer.
Yes.
I'm looking at the thing. So yeah, House Nagaroth is dwarven.
And militaristic. They're responsible for a lot of the armies.
That's Simunder.
Steinmunder is, yeah.
No, Simonder's not in charge of the army. He's
No.
they're ambassadors of fortunes over centuries.
Yeah, and every generation it has to put one person in charge of representing the house. Like someone gets forced into military service as part of a long-standing deal, and it happens to be Lord Simonder's turn. Okay. Oren, is it Oren? Sorry. Yeah, Oren comes scampering back. Lord Simonda says all time's a bad time, so any time is fine.
But of course. But let's do Simonder first and see if he has any recommendations for other noble houses that might join as well, or if he has any ideas. Since I do know him a fair bit.
Okay, so over to the Monder Villa, which is 89. It's a.
So glad I got lucky. I'm gonna need to use my rolls.
And whoops. In case you don't remember, this is Lloyd Simonda, head of the Royal Guard, very well respected. And just as a note, Venik, this is one of the person who you're following into the swamp, right? He was one of the people sent to rescue the Queen, so you have some relationship there as well. So you pass into House Monder. It's easy enough to get in. You pass the very magnificent mausoleum, crypt, graveyard. You know, one of those flash graveyards that nobles have with doors and things like that. Not just a simple tombstone. It's very elegant. But you eventually come to Lord Simonda. Gala, you requested my presence. What's going on?
Oh, Lord Simonder, it is good to see you again. I have a question for you regarding the school that we nobles send our children to. Are any of your house going to the school of begins with the W? I lost it on my page here. Wellheim, I think.
Number
Wellham.
40.
W-A-L-H-E.
Wellham. Do
Oh,
any of your
yes.
students go to Wellham?
Yes. They do. And I know what the Domians reported. If this comes down to a vote, you can count the Monders on your side. Toriel, I respect your parents. They teach the nobles what they don't want to know, but should know. So you have absolutely the support of House Monder.
Thank you so much.
But Gala, well, of course, don't mention it. No, time is short. Gala, what happened out at Willow Creek?
Oh, we found the halfling, the friend of, and I'll motion to Randall. Randall's friend was trapped and being chasing a manticore, and then was captured by a spider. And so we valiantly fought to free her and bring her back home. It was unfortunately not us hoping she was found a boy, but she found herself trouble, and we rescued her from it. Unfortunately, the manticore escaped while we were freeing her, and did some damage to the countryside that the Ranger Rohan was not happy about.
Master Rowan, I know you have some history with him.
Yes.
That didn't prove to be problematic?
A little bit. We don't see eye to eye since he found me in a similar situation, but not with monsters, but with a boy. We never saw eye to eye, and so anything I do, as you know, he is critical of. Everything seems to be my fault when it comes to him. How do I know where a monster will fly?
That your uncle was there as well. I don't know if you want to mention your uncle or not.
I did not.
You do not. Okay. Just making sure. Okay, so well, I'm glad you're learning these lessons. I think you know most of them already. But if keeping the royal safe was just as simple as fending off fiends, that would be simple, but it gets more complicated when nobility and egos are involved. So navigate it as best you can, lass. And I expect you to report back to me every morning. Says Malcolm,
morning.
remembering what Lord Saimondra sounds like.
Of course, your. I wouldn't say liege. I wouldn't say, not my lord. Of course, sir. I value your wisdom and I value your teaching.
Oh, social grace, this should be your forte. You should refer to me as my lord. I am literally a lord.
Okay. And I'm not a lord, so I'm just a noble. So yeah, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Okay, that's one off the list.
Very nice. And I'm assuming we can, Miguelo, that we would have the support of your family. I didn't want to just assume, but
I would have to talk to my uncle. Unfortunately, I'm not a lord itself, but I can ask Lily Fax. She's the major domo of my house. If she can talk to Lord Ronald on your behalf, because I'm sure many other children from House Ronald and cousins, have gone to your school, and I can have Lily Fax ask my uncle.
Oh, you don't
that
think
would be
it.
wonderful.
Don't worry about it, lass. I'm sure that the Lord Runner will put his support behind the Wellham boarding school. We like the Howers. They're good people. That's another easy
Thank you,
vote.
Lily.
And I forgot to put House Gorso there, but it's kind of odd because
And-
it's an abandoned mansion and someone claiming to be a Gorso. So, Buzzy.
I will speak for the Gorsos, and we will, like I have already, put our faith in your school. As under Gorso's protection, Gorsos will honor the school.
Well, 3 of 7. We have 3 of 7, as it were.
Very nice.
So, I believe Karamosa, you said something, Shimagami?
What's that? You're breaking up on my end.
You mentioned you have some ties to the Karamosa?
Yes, that's my family.
Well, lead on. Maybe can we talk to your family?
We can try. I haven't really reached out to them since I've become what I've become.
What? The DM managed to miss that about your character, Jimmy. So if you want to approach the Karamosa, let's just save it till next week and give the DM some prep time with that.
Okie doke.
Well, then we have the Nanagroth, which I believe is an elven house. No, that's the Wilthammer is the elven house. And then the other one is, I believe, another dwarven house.
Dwarven House is House Monder.
No, but House Nagaroth is family prize of long lineage of dwarfs who have made their home in the northern
Hey.
part of the country for centuries. So the Nanagroth would be dwarven. We have a dwarven and an elvish house. We can see, and then the goblins, of course, which I think the goblins are going to be the hardest. I think they might lean towards a dominant since there's no goblins in the school, and the goblins are frowned upon. I think there will be a hard one.
Yeah.
I think we will not get a clean sweep. I think we must work on majority. Nagaroth or Wilthammer.
We have 2 of us, even though I may be half drow, which is still an elf, and 1 elf that is aged, but maybe elven presence would be better for the elf house.
That does make sense.
So which house you're visiting?
The Wilthammer.
Vinnick, stand by me so we can be the first they see since we are of elf blood, the elf house.
Okay. So you approach the Will Tamar Manor. It's very good. They're keeping up their appearances, unlike the Domerins, for example. As you walk past their house, it's unkept. Its garden's overgrown. It doesn't look good. But the Will Tamers are good enough to welcome you in. Just a sec.
Jeff, we're going to go see an elven house, and you and Bass are going to be fronting it. So you're up.
Nice.
with
All right.
Bass.
We already.
Okay.
No, Malcolm's thinking.
Yeah, Malcolm's good. So, you approach and you're let into the Wiltamer Villa, no problem. Once again, it's very nice. They've got money and they use it, and it is indeed run by mostly elves. And Lord Wiltamer himself comes out and says, "I kind of keeps you waiting for 20 minutes, but he eventually makes an appearance and says, 'Oh, it's so nice to see you, Gaylor, and I see you've brought the riffraff with you as well.'"
Oh, yes, but and I'll introduce Turiel first, and then Bass and Vinnick will be with us. And I go, the school that we send all our children, that the noble children go to, is under threat to be closed. Bass, you have your support, and I have mine.
And
We were trying to get support for the school.
Not closed.
I'll give him a-
Not closed. My understanding is the Domerin family wish to diversify their portfolio and move into the education market. So not closed. I think the word you're looking for is improved.
I'll give him a very noble bow.
Does not return it.
That's fine. I'll raise up. Yes, impossible to be improved upon with the House Domerin, the matron going through all their money, and the three sons just being terrorists that they are.
Oh,
You
wash
should join
your
us.
mouth out. The Domerin family is one of the most noble in spirit. Sure, they fall upon hard times, which is why I support their diversification into education. Just to boost their
yes.
family needs.
Was very a solid family before their male lead, the father of the Domerin figure, met his unforeseen end. You should join us, or then you would be against the Gorsos, since we support the school.
I'm interested to
And I'm gonna
know.
have that gleam in my eye that I mean serious Gorso for once.
I'm interested to hear from the Hauer. Is that how you say it? Eric Hauer? Your family name?
Oh, Hoyer.
Hoyer.
Yeah, Hoyer.
I'm interested knowing about the Hoyer family. I see one of their daughters here. What do you have to say for yourself?
Yes, well, my parents are very passionate about the students, and they've been teaching there for years, and there's never been any complaints until recently, and that's the part that I don't understand. I don't know what has changed, but if you haven't met my parents, you should. They're wonderful people, and they have the best the children interest. They take the children's interest to heart. They're all about educating the children.
That's a fascinating speech, but the Domerins say the same thing to me. Come walk with
one
me.
thing I have to say to you is that the Domerins, I mean, we all know that the brothers hold orgies, and they have hedonistic and sadistic parties in this wine cellar shop. I don't know if they're the ones that we want teaching our children or any influence on our children.
They have no teaching credentials at all. So why would you allow somebody who has no clue of this profession to start to quote unquote teach?
Think they're nobles themselves. They know what nobles wish to learn. And you mention words like hedonistic. If a noble can't be hedonistic, then what's the point of being a noble?
Just
How much do we want our
because
children to know all about that? We are teaching of children as they're learning. What they do in their own time and what their parents teach them is one, but I don't know. I was at a recent party they wanted me to attend, and I did not find it savory. But I find it to my liking personally.
Once again, hedonism is not a sin if you're noble.
just because you're born a noble does not mean you know best. But somebody
What
or
on earth
a
are you
few
talking about? Nobles do know best. That's why we're nobles.
I would
Ariel,
know.
I'm tired of this blathering of these two. Come walk with me. Let's go for a walk around the gardens.
Of course.
We try, Daniel.
I was like reading the whole like crap sheet the dog is like what sucks about them. Ooh, they're hedonistic and orgies. Yeah, that might get a good teaching
Well,
children orgies. Not good.
That's true. Everything you said about the Domerans are true. They're horrible people, but they're rich people. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
So you go for a walk. He gives a nod to his guards, and they kind of casually keep an eye on you, shall we say, to make sure you're not privy to this conversation. Toriel, voice channel 2, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Hello.
So, Toriel, you want your family to continue with what they're doing.
Very much so. They love it, and they've done. It's been their life's work.
Tell me, in your heart of hearts, do you truly think they can do a better job than the Domerans?
From what I've seen of the Domran children, without a doubt. I have no. It boggles my mind why they would have an interest in teaching the children of the other nobles. They just seem like they seem selfish.
I can give you my support, but it is not without conditions. My first question to you, I guess, is what is this worth to you, to your parents?
It is worth everything to my parents and to me. I want my parents to be happy.
No, understand. I'm purely saying this as a hypothetical. Would you give your life for the school?
You mean in order to protect the children and my parents?
Yes, exactly that.
I would.
Your literal life.
If it was protecting my parents and the innocent children.
Well, you do take it seriously. Well, I have an offer to make you. The most important part of this offer is that you do not mention this offer. You do not mention the deal that we have. If you cannot agree to that, then we do not have a deal.
I agree not to reveal what you're about to say.
And let's just say if I find you renege on the deal and tell other people, there'll be the most dire of consequences, not just for yourself, but for your family. Have I made myself clear?
I understand. I can keep a secret.
Give me your hands, Turiel. He holds out his hands.
All right. I will hold out my hands.
And as soon as you hold his hands, you feel like electricity coursing from you, and your body momentarily seizes up and you're shaking. And then you feel some part of you is entering into part of him. There's some type of transference, and it's painful, and so painful you almost can't even scream. It's that primal, that damaging. And finally he let goes and he says, so much better. Lose 4 permanent hit points.
Oof. Like permanent, like not even after a long rest.
Your max hit
Okay.
points go down by 4.
Okay. Max hit point modifier. Oh, I think this is it. Nope, that's only positive. All right, I'll figure the technical side of that out.
And he smiles. He's almost drooling a little bit at the end of this weird transferent thing, and he wipes his lips. Ah, all right, you have the Will Tamer's support.
That was it. Okay. I do appreciate your support. I guess I wish that I would have known what the offer was before it actually happened, but I
Hence the clause for secrecy. Do not mention a word of what happened today. Kind of did in a secluded area of the garden, in like a gazebo for privacy.
but I would have made the same choice. So thank you for your support.
Let us return. You have the support of the Will Tamers.
Thank you.
The thing is if I pick one before I get knighted, that might cause a problem. So we'll see.
By the way, I've been saying things. I think I came on saying it's the Karamosa ball. It's the Will Tamer ball. The Will Tamers are putting on the board. Just as
Oh,
a
it's the
minor
whole
thing.
timer. Nice.
See. And you see Toriel and Lord Will Tamer came back and says, "Well, good news. We've come to an agreement, and you have the Will Tamer's support for the boarding school. We'll throw our full support beyond it. Isn't that right, Toriel? You have our support."
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for your support. I'm glad that we came to speak with you today.
Do not let me detain you.
Yeah, so we'll see you at the ball tonight. I so look forward to the extravaganza you're putting on.
Of course, I will see you in the Royal Gardens. It's an outdoor ball. 90 on the map is where it's happening. All right. So, with some, not all of them on your side, we'll see how the rest of it goes. And yeah, we'll pick this up next week.
No, 2 weeks.
2
Right.
weeks,
Right,
that's
2
right.
weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, okay. See you guys in 2 weeks. Take care.
Okay,
All
sounds
right,
good.
everyone. Take care. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Ugh.